Episode 2. I see you. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So much better. Again, there's probably going to be a lot of cursing in this episode, and it's just my life and my style. The dynamic between Mulder and Scully, there aren't enough words to describe their dynamic in this episode. Like, spot on, priceless, perfect, brilliant. Oh my gosh. Even just from like the opening scene, they're so domestic, and the sunflower seeds and the poster is just like all so good. And yes, all stuff that we know and love. You know, it's not like they're beating us over the head with it. It's just like chill in there, and we're like, thank you. It's just so good. And then Mulder and Scully are chilling together on their couch. Wake up to the Langley on the phone situation. Then all of a sudden, there are people there to kill them. No reason why. We don't know why they're there. It's like, go time. Like, boom. The way that this is shot, Scully's sliding under the table, and it looks so cool. And Mulder's like shoving things and running and going upstairs, and they're getting their guns, and the guys are like busting in, and there's a shootout. They're both so badass. You know what they should have done to market the show? Just put this scene, played it over and over again. A lot more people would be watching the damn show. Just saying. The way that it is edited, the song, the slide, the shooting, just everything about it. That's some really good shit. I am aroused. If you're not turned on by this scene, I don't even know who you are. And I don't want to. But you know, I have some questions still at this point. It's like, who are these motherfuckers? Like, why is Langley showing up on the phone when he's supposed to be dead? Like, these are questions we have. Then out of the blue, all of a sudden there's like more people coming to kill Mulder and Scully. The first round wasn't good enough. They just bust in and they take Mulder and Scully down. They're like on the ground and getting handcuffed. Out of nowhere, Mulder and Scully make moves. Get the hell out of there. Run from the house. And they're running in the woods, only they're handcuffed together. I'm not gonna lie, I had higher hopes for the handcuffed together scenes, and I was like, ooh, are they gonna spend the whole episode handcuffed together? That's something I could get behind. But it was only a few minutes. It was fine enough. They were holding hands. Forced holding hands is still holding hands. And that's how sad and tragic this whole fandom situation is. All you other TV fandoms out there who get like sex scenes and kissing and like all sorts of like crazy domestic shit that's like beautiful and like, oh my god, I love. No. I'm just happy that they get handcuffed together so that I can see them holding hands. So anyway, just like boom, Skinner. He shows up and he like unhandcuffs them. So they're no longer handcuffed. They also don't trust him. This whole back and forth. Mulder and Scully are on the run, and I'm like, ooh, fanfic opportunity. Prime. Like, yes, get a motel room or get like lost in the woods, cuddle for warmth. But no, they just end up in a graveyard playing some weird version of National Treasure, figuring out presidents' birthdays and like piecing things together. And oh gosh, like if we take 3 steps this way, 3 steps that way, there's an emblem that we can move. Like, this is National Treasure 4 or some shit. But again, cute dynamic between them. Mulder's giving her like a little nudge nudge, and she's just showing off all of her like smart skills, and I'm just like, that's my baby. We got the deep throat call back, we got the Langley call back, we got like all the Lone Gunman. I like the way that they're introducing like old school X-Files stuff into the show without being like last season where they had Mulder hallucinate that he was dancing with them. Like, at least this feels a little bit more organic. Then they end up in an internet cafe and they're eating muffins, and Scully says that she would love it even if it came out of an alien's butt.
I don't care if it came out of an alien's butt. I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
Can't make that dialogue up. So then Mulder and Scully are meeting up with Skinner again in a garage, and it's all sketchy as hell. Scully's going off about how like they can't go back to our home and our office, and I'm like, our home?
What about us? We can't go to our home?
Scully, do you live there? In season 10, you didn't live there. But if you live there now, like our home. But earlier in the beginning, she's on the phone and she says Agent Mulder's apartment, but now it's our home. Like, did something happen in the woods that you guys didn't show? Because I demand to be shown. I think I've made myself pretty clear about what I want here. And they're hanging out with Skinner, going through Langley's computer, and there's something called the Spank Bank that needs to be addressed right the fuck now. Spank Bank? It has an icon of Scully on it from like season 2. Like, it's not really that, it's to lead them to something else, but why? Like, so many things that need to be answered about the Spank Bank. Like, I can't believe this is the show that I love. Langley's spank bank situation leads them to find this woman who basically tells them all about how they're uploading people to the cloud, and the whole fucking thing sounds like a big episode of Black Mirror, and they did a pretty good job with it. The line where they're talking to her, Scully's like, maybe Langley saw Mulder in his dreams. Mulder's like, who hasn't? Like, sort of like look at each other, and then she's looking at both of them.
Who hasn't?
Stop it. You two, don't stop it. Never stop, ever. Then that guy comes back in. It's like this guy never goes away. He's showing up everywhere, tries to kill them again. And it seems like they really killed him this time, but like, who the hell knows? This is the X-Files. People come back from the dead all the time. Exhibit A, this episode. Mulder's just like screwing with all this crime scene evidence. He's like, oh yeah, but I'm Mulder. I do what I want. And then they're at this like bar. Scully's asleep. Mulder's like, you know, doing his scribbles and shit or whatever. This is a fanfic, and I'm very happy about it. And then my poor baby's startled awake. Like, she's so cute.
Scully, you looked so adorbs just there. All curled up on the ball in the booth of a skanky bar with your fingers wrapped around the grip of an assassin's Glock.
God bless you, Glenn Morgan. You really took notes here. And they're talking to Langley on the phone again, and he gets like emotional overhearing Scully's name. He explains more about the whole Black Mirror situation. And apparently Mulder and Scully are supposed to destroy it. Then all of a sudden, Mulder and Scully are role-playing, and I'm like, God, this episode is like a low-key fanfic. And Scully's got Mulder like, you know, fake handcuffed, and she's like bringing him in and trying to act all rough. Scully's like flirting with that guy, and she like winks at him. Like, these two are next level right now. Like, they are a mess. Yeah, we're gonna go bust up in there, and I'm gonna pretend to like grab you. And they're really fucking cute about it. Like, then again, they're getting attacked, and Scully's like jumping over stairs, and then Mulder's jumping over stairs, and they're trying to fight. Mulder gets captured. Scully's like running around, and this is one of the things that I love about the X-Files, the gender role reversal. Mulder's the one that gets captured. Scully is running around doing badass things and beating people the fuck up, and it doesn't take away from Mulder's masculinity. He goes and like beats somebody else up like 2 seconds later. I just love that they give Scully the autonomy to go and take people down and figure stuff out and like be a real part of the action. But at one point he talks about like, can I be uploaded to the cloud? Can Scully be uploaded to the cloud? And I'm just like imagining all of the great scenarios that could happen, that maybe once Mulder and Scully are uploaded to the simulation, that could happen. Chris Carter won't give any of them to us, so maybe this is the way, you guys, and we could actually have some good episodes of the X-Files. I'm not talking about this one though. This one was really good. And then Mulder's like beating his guy up, and he and Scully end up back together, and she's like getting him out of the handcuffs, and she's like, oh my gosh, how are you so good with your hands cuffed behind your back? And he's like you don't know. And I'm like, I know why you're so good at it. There is a lot of sexual tension in this episode. I'm a little overwhelmed. And then Scully's trying to shut down the simulation, breaking the glass, and it's shattering, and Mulder and that guy are fighting for the gun. You know, it's hot. These scenes are just shot so well. I'm impressed. It's been so long since I've been impressed that I don't trust the being impressed. I'm just like, what show am I even watching? This is great. And then when Mulder's behind the door and Scully's like, I'm armed, and it's just him, and she like puts her hand on his chest for like a really long time, just touching all up on him, and it looks like I'm watching sex right now. Do you know how sad that is? That this is like basically sex for us? Her touching up on his chest and him like holding her shoulder. We're like, oh my God, did you see that? Like, that is, it's a little sad. Just so happy, I don't care. So then Mulder and Scully go back into their trashed house. Maybe you guys should just have sex now. It's not like you're gonna break anything. Everything's already broken. Like, this is a prime opportunity, you guys. You're gonna miss out. No, they just do this cute little like pick up the folders thing and like toss them back down. I'm like, all right, that's cute. And then they sit back down in their like original position. Then the phone like busts up again. It's Langley still. And then it's the assassin guy. Just the end of the episode. Okay. I don't really care about all the Black Mirror stuff. You know, it's already been done. But overall, so pleased with this episode. I am so glad that this was the follow-up to the premiere, because I'm just feeling like very, very good about it. And I'm so excited for next week. It's gonna be so good. thank you for watching. If you liked it, go check out last week's episode or subscribe. I'm gonna try to figure out how to put the links there because I'm new at this and I don't know how to do anything. See you next week. I don't know.